What's good, guys? It's your girl Faith, and welcome back to Faith Facts. Sadly, today we're concluding our series on the best episodes of Community. But we have the last few episodes to go through. We still have 4 episodes to go through on the best list, and then we are ranking each episode from parts 1 and 2 up here from 1 to 10. Before you guys watch, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe this video if you like it already. And don't forget to turn on post notifications for a new video coming out every Sunday. Now, let's get into the video. Cooperative Polygraph is one of the most highly held episodes of Community by critics and fans alike. It takes place where the 7 of them are in mourning as Pierce Hawthorne has died. And now everyone is back from his weird funeral to find out that he's having a polygraph test done on all of them to find out if one of them had plotted his murder. There's this detective there who's just all too serious. It's so funny that he's so serious all the time, and a polygraph taker named Mara and her assistant. And everyone is kind of getting more and more angry as more and more questions come up, questioning their ability, aka not willing to murder the most annoying and racist person in their group. But as the questions go on, everyone starts to get really angry at everyone, especially Jeff, to Troy.
I'm Franklin Chang, ready to deal out the truth. Nothing to hide. Let's do this.
Have you ever masturbated in the study room? Mr. Nadir.
Okay, if that wasn't your favorite part of that episode, then you can kindly go off of this video and watch something else, because that part was so funny to me. And then he comes back and says that he did that all over the library, and it's so funny. And everyone's reaction is just great. But then Jeff gives a speech about how their lies don't have to define who they are. And the hardest round of questions come. With the polygraph questions over, Britta inherits Pierce's iPod and a vial of his juices, if you say. Shirley inherits a timeshare in Florida for her family and some Pierce juice. Annie inherits the tiara Pierce used to wear and some juice. Jeff gets an aged box of scotch and some juice. Abed just gets some juice. And Troy gets $14.5 million worth of stocks in Hawthorne wipes. But he has to sail around the world in Pierce's old boat before he can get it. Something Troy's never done. And Pierce juice. Now the study group is kind of torn because Troy wants the money and he wants to find his purpose in life. So he decides that he's going to travel the world. But the absolute best part of this episode is the end, where the detective is going crazy at the bar. I'm telling you, this guy is so funny, and we found out how Pierce died.
I can't believe I didn't tell you yet. It was dehydration from filling up all of those cylinders.
While I absolutely love this episode to death, the even better version of this episode is the cast of Community reunites for a table read on Community's official YouTube page. It came out 6 months ago and it's a fundraiser, and Pablo Pascal plays the detective, and it's so funny. You guys have to watch it. It is hilarious. App development and condiments is one of the weirdest and most kind of horrific episodes of Community for me, because it starts off with a Meow Meow Beans, a rating people app, being beta tested at the college, but soon it becomes a hierarchy, and Britta tries to break it with putting mustard on her mouth and speaking to people on a table, but Shirley and the other 5s are taking over and rating people low if they don't like them, which is pretty messed up, I gotta admit. But as the days roll by, Jeff finds out a way to cheat the system by getting involved with all the jocks and making friends with them so that his rating is higher. But Shirley and Annie and the other 5s are still kind of getting in the way, and at day 8, it's become a whole hierarchy in a dystopian society. And it's a lot like an episode of Black Mirror that I've seen before. The 5s are like Greek goddesses and gods, and the 2s and the 4s are just really low and just bullying each other. But Jeff has become a 4, and he's planning to take down the system at the Meow Meow Beans talent show, where he makes a lot of good jokes, I gotta admit. I think Joel McHale's a comedian, isn't he? Well, if he isn't, he's definitely done a really good job on here. And makes even the 5s laugh. Like literally, I really have to go see Joe McHale do stand-up. But anyway, the 5s and the 2s all now love him. And Jeff becomes a 5 and takes part in their really weird rituals, even though it's only been 8 days. Why do they have rituals? And they do this weird dance, and they have it's very dystopian, and it's kind of weird, but it's also kind of funny when they all get sieged, and Kugler is just there kind of just laughing all the time, and Britta finally got the mustard on her mouth to siege and create the hierarchy of rebellion. I'm sorry, I kind of ranted there. Even Starburns is a part of the rebellion now, but Britta is in charge, and as long as she has mustard on her face, she is the ruler of the resistance. And they rate all the 5s 1s, and everyone is at each other's throats, which I gotta admit is pretty funny. But then, in Jeff Winger style, Jeff comes up to everyone at the cafeteria and does a speech on how people's worth shouldn't be valued on apps or whatever his speech is about. It's pretty inspirational, like every Jeff Winger speech is, and he gets it done, and everything is back to normal, and Starburns is still in that costume. Anyway, with modern espionage, it is one of the best action scenes I've ever seen. Heavily influenced by 2 writers on Community named the Russo brothers, who went on to create all the Marvel movies after Captain America Civil War. So it's an homage to them. Jeff is dumbfounded when he finds out that there's an underground paintball game going on in Greendale, and everyone is out to get the prize. Jeff doesn't want to do it at first, but he's kind of forced into it after an anonymous shooter named Silver Balls decides to disrupt the school during a environmental protection gala. And the violence breaks out, and everyone is out to get everyone. But Frankie, the new school counselor in season 6, can't know. The reason I love this episode so much is because of this very scene, which is taken right out of Captain America Civil War, I believe. One of the Marvel movies, and Dean is just awesome in this. The action is chef's kiss, and everything is just awesome about this. Dean soon finds out that it's the vice janitor who's been running this whole thing all along to run Greendale to the ground and get a better job at City College. Then it all breaks out at the gala, and everyone goes full Marvel on everyone. It is so awesome. It's almost just as good as a Marvel movie. Or maybe even better. Who knows? But soon, everyone starts to get Silver Balls paint on them, and they're out of the game. But leave it to Jeff and Dean to try to capture the guy. But soon Frankie finds out, and she tells everyone to drop it before she... So they do drop it, but they still shoot each other. And the icing on top of this Ratatouille chef's kiss cake is when Garrett goes all in on Vicky's one-woman show, and then she shows up there just to turn out that that's their new show, and the whole crowd starts booing them, and it's so funny. I love this scene. Wow, this may be an unpopular opinion, but Wedding Videography is one of the funniest episodes of Season 6, and possibly even the whole series. I mean, it starts off with Garrett and Stacy getting engaged, and the whole study group just acting crazy for their wedding. And Frankie at first is not really with it, but then she gets around, and they all start having a great time. At Stacy and Garrett's wedding, the group shows up late and ends up making a fool of themselves in front of everyone at the wedding. And at the reception, Garrett's mother tells them to stop being jerks, even though they really can't. They just keep being jerks. But they have a chance to redeem themselves after Jeff volunteers to do the best man's speech. And now I present to you the best episode scene of season 6.
I'm so sorry. Garrett, where's Aunt Paula? Okay. Now I don't feel as stupid, because either someone here is lying, or this family's a lot closer than we thought.
Now, this is a man that knows how to marry his cousin.
Guys, if that isn't the funniest, I was rolling on the floor laughing when I saw this at 1 at night, and I saw this. This was hilarious. Tear joke. And the writer at the end saying he wrote this, chef's kiss. And now we've come to the ranking! We've watched every episode, we've laughed, we've cried, we've sung Troy and Abed in the morning. And now it's time to rank the best episodes of Community. Coming in at number 10, we have Advanced Documentary Filmmaking. Now this was a great episode, and I loved how it introduced Changnesia, one of my favorite gags in the show. But it falls a little short at the end when Chang is revealed to have worked for City College. Coming in at number 9, we have Spanish 101. Now, this was one of my favorite episodes of Season 1. It's a great example of Pierce and Jeff relationship, as well as Troy and Abed's relationship at the very end with their song La Biblioteca, which is the best Childish Gambino song. At number 8, we have Pillows and Blankets. Great war episode. Then at number 7, we have Regional Holiday Music. One of my favorites, and a scary take on Glee. It was fun. At number 6, we have Modern Warfare, one of the best Season 1 episodes, and the great introduction to the paintball-themed episode series. At number 5, we have App Development and Condiments, a great and funny look on the internet and society for me. At number 4, we have Cooperative Polygraph, one of the funniest episodes, hands down, of Community. And you have to watch the YouTube table read. It's awesome. At number 3, we have Season 6's Wedding Videography, the funniest scene I've ever seen in my life. I just couldn't stop laughing at it. And for number 2, we have Season 2 episodes 22 through 23. A Fistful of Paintballs, and For a Few Paintballs More, the best paintball episode. And tied right with it is Season 6's Modern Espionage, the best war episodes. And before we get to our number 1 spot, let's do the honorable mentions. For the honorable mentions, we have Epidemiology, one of my favorite episodes, but it is just so awesome with that zombie trope. It's, once again, chef's kiss. And for our second honorable mention is Herstory of Dance. The songs were great, and I love Abed and Rachel together. They're just so cute. And now, for the number 1 best episode of Community, you already know what it is. Remedial Chaos Theory. I mean, just look at the screen right now. It's just so chaotic, but so sensible at the same time. It's just the best. You have to watch it to understand it, but this episode is the best because it makes you think. Makes you think about your friends and its choices that you make, and how that can lead you to eating a troll in the darkest timeline. Well, here's the definitive list of all the best episodes of Community. Thank you guys for doing this whole thing with me. It was so much fun. And I hope you guys had fun watching this. Community is such a great show. At first it seems a little weird, but you realize the weirdness is really in us. Oh my god, guys, I can't believe we went through all of the best episodes of Community. Can you guys believe it? Literally all the episodes of Community are great. There are no bad episodes. There are some not great episodes, but they are all way better than watching The Big Bang Theory. Anyway, Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to like this video if you liked it. Comment below what you think of Community and what your favorite Chang quote is. Because Chang is just streets ahead. And make sure to subscribe for more content and turn on post notifications so you're notified every time we post a video. Thanks for watching, and I'll Chang you later. Get it? Because it's like, it's